Yo, what's up? It's been a while. I'm Steve Greene. This is my wife, Nikki.
I like how you have to introduce yourself on your own channel because it's been so long.
Yeah, well, it's been that long. I think that's fair. Some people are like, who the hell is this guy?
Yeah, it pops in their inbox
Yeah.
and they're like,
it's like, wait, he looks
this?
different. He certainly looks fatter.
He said his name on the top of the video.
Exactly. So what am I here doing today? I'm here to plug to you, shamelessly, about a podcast that me and my wife are doing.
Yeah.
We're trying to, it's called Shit They Don't Tell You. We're married now. We're trying to dig in with our friends, talk about all the shit that we wish we knew, all the shit that we wish we still knew. And we're just going to talk to people on there.
Yeah, we're basically talking about all the stuff that we wish somebody would have told us, but they didn't, so then we had to learn it the hard way. And it's really light, casual. It's not a bunch of scientists telling you, like, you know, what the facts are. It's just people sharing personal stories of, like, how they had to learn, because you're not alone.
Yeah, it's just dumb people talking to other dumb people.
We're all just dumb people, aren't we? We're all just dumb people walking around trying to figure it out.
That's it, baby. So, so check it out. Also, we're posting 20 minutes of it here, and the rest of it is available on CastBox.
The full audio version is available on CastBox.
That's it. It's 100% free to use. You do not have to pay for nothing. All you gotta do is subscribe to us on CastBox. That helps us out a lot.
Oh, and you can listen to all your podcasts there. It's not just our podcast.
That's right. But you should listen to mostly really just us there, please.
If it was. But just an app with our podcast on
that would be tight. But it's free to use. You can get it on your iOS and your Android. Yeah. So do that, please.
And your computer.
And when you subscribe to us, it helps us. And then eventually, hopefully, we can get to the point where we can post the whole clip here, the whole video.
Basically, the more you listen to it over there, the sooner that we could post it over here.
Exactly. So here's the first episode. Check it out.
They're gonna be dropping weekly. So come back every week and
right here every week.
Right here in a CastBox.
That's it, baby.
That's it, baby.
We'll see you on the other side.
Welcome to the podcast. This is the first episode of Shit They Don't Tell You. We're so excited. I'm Nikki Limo. I have Steve Greene here, who is our co-host, and our guest, Megan Batoon.
Yay, that's me.
Thank you so much for being on this. She's a dancer. She's a YouTuber, comedian. You're everything, an actress.
Aren't you also like a stylist and shit now?
Am I?
Yeah.
I mean, I'll take it.
Don't you like have a clothing line and stuff?
Well, I mean, I've got merch.
But that's what that is now. On YouTube, that's what it is.
Hell yeah.
It's a fashion line.
I mean, I have a tag. Like, my tag says Megan
That's a clothing line.
That's more of a clothing line than just merch. So,
and most importantly, she has a podcast.
I do.
And
go listen to that. Turn this off. Go listen to that.
Seriously, go watch. Go listen
it's
to
really
her
good.
podcast, especially the first guest that's on it.
It's really good.
I heard. Megan's our first guest on this podcast. We found out that we were gonna make podcasts at the same exact time, like the same day.
Not to build it up, but hers is way more professional. It's just a better show. It's a better listen.
Hasn't recorded a single thing yet.
Is the room as
raise
sexy
all the
as this?
expectations through the roof. Huh?
Thank you.
For those of you who are not watching visually, this room is so sexy. I don't know if
the
it
harsh
can
lighting.
compete.
I love the harsh lighting. We're gonna try to get harsher lighting.
This is custom harsh lighting.
Yeah. It's not harsh enough. I think we can get a couple more.
The next lights are just going to, spew insults to you.
It just gives you cancer immediately through your brain.
Yeah, we're going to try to get that harsh drugstore lighting.
Oh, I get that.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
This is pretty similar.
CVS.com/ouch
very close comparison. This is a DIY version of that.
When I was a kid and I had bad skin, not that my skin's amazing now.
It's not bad at all.
Thank you. Yeah. I just wanted to hear the thank you. No, but I remember I would just sit in the car whenever my friends wanted to go in the drugstore because I was like, nope, not doing it.
I can't be seen in that.
Not doing it. Why
that was
let
your
everyone
Everest
see?
back then?
But that's as if you have a secret, you know what I'm saying? It's like nobody knows my skin's really bad. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, because you... Okay. Yeah. I just didn't do it because it gave me anxiety.
Oh, that's fine.
But, like, this kind of coverage is like how overcast cloud coverage is, and overcast cloud coverage gives me anxiety. Don't know why. Rain clouds, could totally do it. But overcast, nah. Heart attack city. Panic attack city. So this is the first episode of Shit They Don't Tell You, where we're basically just going to talk about stuff that we wish someone would have told us.
Hell yeah.
Why didn't they teach us this in school? Why did we have to learn it as adults through the hard way?
And just to get it out of the way, we are 100% certified experts.
Oh, yeah.
On everything.
On all this
total
stuff.
Experts.
So relax. I know everyone's going to be like, what the hell? That's not true. That's not true.
Oh, yeah, this isn't one of those, like, statistical shows where, like, I tell you all the facts of something. This is, like, people still figuring it out. Like, just, I wish I would have known X amount of information before.
If you're not watching it, we're not wearing lab coats, okay, bud? Like, we don't know what the hell. We're just trying to navigate like you are, because we all live in a society now where it's cool to say, I'm adulting. I don't know what I'm doing, and I'm 30.
Like, you just start off on the defensive, too. Like,
Well, I have to. No, I have to.
Yo, all you trolls out there that are about to leave a hate comment, gonna cut you off right now.
Smart.
Ruin your fun.
That's what we've learned.
Yeah, the internet.
Hey, when you're doing stand-up, you go up there and you talk for like the first 30 seconds is why you suck and why you know you suck, so that everyone is like, oh, he's cool.
Is like disarmed.
Yeah. You have
True.
to do that. You have to.
It's so true.
Otherwise, you're up there and they're like, oh, this guy. They judge you, right? Like
Yeah,
looking at you,
they
I
do.
judge you already.
Yeah.
I'm like, she's a pretty girl. She's always been pretty.
Yeah.
I'm not that pretty, guys. Come on,
But
stop.
if,
Keep going.
but seriously, but if you look at your pictures of you in high school and stuff,
Uh-huh.
it was a lot of a different
I should
story.
just make a mask of that when I go on stage, just my high school version.
You should just like it's like, hey, look, I know I should be doing like the first 3 minutes or whatever. Here's the picture. Says 1,000 words. You know what I'm
Just
saying?
have it playing in the background, just a
It's just you with
slideshow.
those braces on, like looking like the end
And
of the
the
earth.
too white for
The
my
end
skin
of the
tone.
earth.
Oh man,
Oh
you
my
should see
God.
it. It looks nuts.
I think
It's
you posted it on Instagram.
I did.
I wouldn't have been friends with her in high school. There's no way.
I have to post that on Instagram, see, because that's like my first 3 minutes of stand-up.
Yeah.
So, hey, I want you to know who I am as a person, where I've been, where I've come from.
But
For
Megan
sure.
Batoon, different story. Always was cute. Always
Never
was
have
pretty.
seen
Always.
Always clear skin. Could
Always
I'll
perfect.
totally stand the drugstore
Has a
light.
perfect life. Has the perfect podcast.
You guys just hate on her, please.
Her
don't.
cats are better than our cats. Even they're
Oh
better.
my God.
Getting back to shit they don't tell you.
Let's.
A lot of this shit they don't tell you.
For sure.
Especially about being like social media and YouTuber people, the comparisons,
Ugh.
the growing up wanting to be the favorite, which I wonder if that has an effect on who we became now. Like
Probably.
being in social media, trying our asses off.
Right,
still.
just to get validation from strangers because we
Yeah.
didn't get it from our parents.
Well, and we
and
all
then being fueled by the hate. That we're like, we still didn't win them all.
and we set out to do something that we ended up doing something that didn't exist when we were kids.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You never were like, I want to be this when I grow up, like a
No.
social media influencer person.
This didn't exist.
It wasn't even a thing.
What things looking back when you were in school, what do you wish that they would have at least told you about or talked about or taught, maybe even as a subject? What's like the number one thing that you could have actually used in your adult life that they should have taught you in school?
Can we not say heartbreak?
You can definitely say heartbreak.
Cannot say
I
heartbreak.
think
Anything but heartbreak.
yeah, that's why would you say that? It's so
I-
stupid.
We're gonna cut real quick because she cannot say heartbreak. Thanks, Jess.
I mean that's definitely super hard, especially in the Instagram like lifetime.
Yeah.
Being able to creep on your ex at any given time. That's hard.
Yeah, it is hard because then you're always knowing what they're doing unless you have the willpower to block everything.
I wish I knew. Yeah, like you're saying, like not to, if you get dumped, don't do the clingy dump. Like if you get dumped, you can't be like, hey, what's wrong with me, man? Like, oh God, I wish I could go back in time. You know what I mean? And talk to like myself and
Yeah.
It's just like, what do you? Don't text her fucking 50 times about
I know.
what's wrong with you. What? No. Go somewhere else.
Yeah, there should have been like a handbook of like when you go like two different handbooks or like New Testament, Old Testament. But, like one that's like
Don't get religious.
if
on
you
me.
get
Jesus.
Jesus
Bring
Christ.
your religion to our show, please.
Brings it, unsubscribes. So like people that get broken up with versus people that break up.
Oh,
because
yeah.
those are different things.
Yeah.
Just
And
like how
old
to-
world of before social media would have been a completely different way of dealing with it. Now you got to add so many chapters and
I
amendments
know.
and what
That's why
Psalms.
how to properly dump. I think I perfected the method.
Let's hear it.
You just call them on the phone like I did to my ex. Her name was Ashley. It was the day before Christmas Eve,
Oh my god.
like 2000 something, and I was like, hey, I'm sick. I can't come over because I couldn't. Like her whole family was doing that whole thing where they make tamales. You know what I mean? Because they're
Oh,
Mexican.
because she's Mexican, yeah.
Yeah, and so they were making tamales for Christmas, and she wanted me to come over, and I was like, I can't, I'm sick. I don't want to come over and get it, like your nana sick or whatever the fuck her name is.
Oh, wow.
'Cause I don't know I can't remember what she called her grandma.
Still just like, he's the one that dumped her and is still like taking shots.
I have resentment against her grandmother. Okay, I was like, I'm sick, and then she was like, whatever, you don't even want to come, and I was like, you know what, we're fucking done. I can't fucking you can't. If you can't handle me when I'm sick, you know? Thank you.
Don't
I didn't say
serve
that
me in
shit.
my
I
health.
didn't say that shit. I wish I did. But then I just ghosted her. And then when she
Okay.
showed up on my porch Christmas Day with her dad, and she was just hyperventilating and crying on my
God.
porch, I remember as she left, I was like, I really handled that really well.
Oh my God.
Damn.
That's what I'm saying. Where it's
you
like,
are.
man, I wish I knew like how to deal with shit.
Yeah.
So you would need the handbook of the dumper.
100%.
I think just even a personal relationships class, just so we know how to properly
Yes.
talk to people. Just
Yeah.
communication. I think we're not taught how to communicate with each other.
I agree.
We're taught how to like get our work done.
Right.
That's about it in school.
Who
Like,
teaches this class though? Is it somebody who wanted to be a professional communicator and then they wiped out, and so now they're teaching it?
I don't know, but I did take an interpersonal relationships course in college because I originally was gonna, what's it called, major in communications, but then I dropped out, which is why I didn't remember the term major.
Great.
But yeah, it was called interpersonal relationships, and I think it helped a lot because like you learn that a lot of things have to like are from childhood. You learned different genders handle things different ways, and I don't know, like there's just a lot of stuff that like I statements, like all the stuff that you should learn when you're a smaller child. You don't even start to learn until like maybe junior high when they're like, you should use an I statement, and you have to practice saying I statements and stuff.
I've never even heard of that until therapy. Until I was like, how do I talk to my roommate about this thing? And she was like, okay, we'll never say you. Always start with I. And like, I didn't learn that in high school.
Oh yeah, I didn't even think
all.
that.
We were in roommate therapy.
No.
What is it?
I was in therapy talking about my roommate.
I love the idea
Roommate
that
therapy would be hilarious.
it's like I have to go to therapy if I'm going to make this work with my roommate. I love that.
like
That's
marriage
great.
counseling,
that's-
but roommate counseling.
Please write a movie about
That's
this.
like what rich people would do. I feel like
Yeah.
it's like
yeah.
for every little
Just
thing.
have someone else handle it.
Yeah, it's like I get anxiety around my refrigerator. I should go to therapy.
Refrigerator therapy.
Yeah, right. Like
Yeah, I didn't even think that like some other high schools. I just was thinking about my high school. We did learn that, but I don't know where. I did take a peer counseling class, so maybe that was where I
Oh.
learned it. I don't remember. I was a peer advocate.
what does that mean?
It was basically you spend a period, you get taken out of class. That's why I signed up for it.
Okay,
So you
I
get taken
see.
out of class and you meet with, it was really cool. Like you meet transgender guests and they teach you about like just subjects that like this, shit they don't tell you in the other parts of your school, just how to understand people and how to listen to people. And it's mostly so you can help counsel your peers, which is why it's called peer advocates or peer counseling, because they want to coach you on how to help guide your peers around you. And so we went over like I statements and how to handle problems in a way that
What's an I statement? For
it's
example?
I'm going to explain it. So
Okay.
just so like, you know, people at home listening, if you don't right now know what an I statement is, you word it in a way that doesn't attack the other person. So instead of, if I have a problem with you, let's say
Bring it.
you never wash the dishes properly.
No,
Okay?
Which is true.
Not personal. Not personal.
Instead of saying, Steve, you never wash the dishes properly, I don't know why you're stupid and can't figure it out, like, it's just friggin', you put soap on a sponge and then you just scrub the dish. Like, why is there still residue left after you wash the dish? There shouldn't be residue. You know, after eating soup, shouldn't have to taste soup when I'm trying to make oatmeal. Do you know what I'm saying? Instead of saying something like that.
Because I would never say
never
that.
say
Oh,
that.
and you're, by the way, you're perfect. We know you're perfect.
For me, it's credit.
Yeah.
Which is still along the lines of money management, but it's like they don't tell you how vital that is to everything that you want to do for the rest of your life and how hard it is to build and how easy it is to destroy. Because I had such good credit. I knew I had to use my credit card starting right away, like when you're 18, which a lot of people don't know. You need to open a credit card in order to build credit. If you have no credit, it's worse almost than having bad credit.
It
It's
is.
like that's why dads exist. Is that just get a credit card, put your gas on it.
Yes,
that's how you're
yeah.
gonna start, right? That's why dads are alive. Like that's why dads are there. That's all they do.
I was so antsy to build my credit. I'm such a nerd.
I
But
love this.
I was so antsy that I got one at 16 as like a student credit card. And I started building my credit at 16. And so by 21 when I moved out. It had already been 5 years of credit, and I had really great credit, and I had it for like 8 years of like solid good credit. And then I went through a breakup where I couldn't pay for the rent because you were splitting it with somebody, and then you had to go move or try to cover the rent on your own. And I just maxed out all my credit cards, did not have enough money to pay for the balances anymore, and it just within a month destroyed. Like 8 years of building, and then a month just gone. And then there was no motivation to like get it back because like it takes so long to take away that one little error, that one little patch of time that was really rough for you. It's gonna take so many years, and so you're just like, whatever. This is who I am. I have bad credit now.
My credit was so sick, it was nuts. Like it would. Like when you checked out my credit score, like it would, like your computer would be like, "Oh, thank you." I got a little tickle. Like that was nice. But then I was with this one of my various exes, and I was helping her go to school at the time, so like she wasn't working, and then like I was like paying for everything, and like I made the huge error. Don't make this mistake either. Of giving her, literally just opening her credit card and giving her that credit card for all of her expenditures.
I can't believe you did that.
Yeah. So
how old were you?
I was a dumb 27. No, I'm kidding. I was like 20.
20.
Yeah.
I mean, that is a time to be dumb. But wow, I had never had a boyfriend just be like, "Here, take my credit card."
Me neither. We'd still be together.
Yeah, right.
Right? No, I was like, I have to provide. It's the goddamn way it is.
I've only dated people that are like, "We can't go out because I have no money." Except for you. Like, you're honestly the first person that's like, "Let me take you out." I'm like, "What? Am I a princess?"
Like, you were saying how long it takes you to, you took 8 years to build your credit and then wiped it out in a month. Like, that's like dieting.
Insane.
Like,
Exactly.
Cutting out
It is
carbs
like
for a
dieting.
year and then having one bite of a Pop-Tart, you gain 15 pounds.
It's so true.
It's another thing they don't tell you in school.
About the one bite Pop-Tart rule.
You take a health class and they just give you a food pyramid. They're like this.
And it's bad.
It is
They have
bad.
all
It is
kind of bad
bad.
shit in it. It's like milk, cheese, bread, cakes.
All the things
That's
your
what you
nutritionist
need.
says to cut out later in life. When you pay like out your asshole for a nutritionist,
I
they're like,
know.
yeah, all this stuff, no.
Something's weird. I mean, we're all being played for sure by the government.
I don't think
what
it should
I'm
be
saying.
designed by something called the Mayo Clinic.
That's the worst clinic.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell these people what to eat.
Hey, what's up, guys? This is the Mayo Clinic. Right?
You eat a lot of mayonnaise.
Hang on a
and you eat
second,
a lot of bread.
I'm having my lunch right now. Hold
Literally
on.
a mayonnaise sandwich.
Exactly. I wish that's how they give these speeches up here.
So I imagine the president of Mayo Clinic to be
I like it.
so
And the
no-
president of the United States, too.
There you go.
Do you guys still individually have your own bank accounts, too, and then a joint one? Or you're like, let's merge everything?
We merged
it all.
everything.
Holy mess. So
Yeah.
if you bought Steve a present, he would know.
Well, we try to put it on a credit card so that you don't know where it's coming from. So like if
I really wouldn't know, though.
yeah, that's true. He
I
doesn't.
check none of it.
Right.
Before, it was actually more frustrating when we were engaged and didn't have our accounts merged because I would have to tell him to check his bank account because he would not look at his bank account. I'm like, how do you know how much money you have in there? He's like, I'm too scared to check.
I just know.
And
no,
you
no,
just-
no.
I
It's
just know.
I just know.
I just
like,
know.
I just feel it in the air, you know?
I'm pretty sure when I have too much anxiety to check.
I know, that's my thing. I was always just like, oh, man, I don't want to be like, oh, fuck. You know what I mean?
Yeah, he just doesn't want to have a bad day.
I don't want to have a bad day.
That's funny.
Yeah.
I'm like, no, you need to know how much money you have. I'm like, hey, you got the rent? Because we would split rent, right? So one person would write the check, the other person would transfer half the rent to the other person's account.
Gotcha.
But I'm like, hey, do you have the rent? I don't know. Well, can you check? I really don't want to check.
Yeah, I'm like,
really
look,
don't
I'm
wanna
having such
know.
a great day. It's
Oh
a
my
beautiful day out.
So now at least it's all in one place and I can see it and
Yeah.
I can check. I can know if we're gonna survive for the month.
That's crazy. It's like a for real team.
Yeah,
it
it is.
is. And I do all of the paperwork.
See, the edible Tide Pods make your poop white.
I don't think that's what we advertised, but
Well, are you guys going to cut that and make me look stupid? I get it. All
I don't know what
right.
he's talking about.
All right. If I look stupid, it's only because somebody cut something.
Always.
That's the reason you
That's
look
it.
stupid.
That's the only reason.
So people cut things all the time throughout life, huh? Because when we're at home, I don't see those parts that made you look not stupid.
I don't want to do this show anymore.
Thank you for calling it a show. It's so sweet. It
Oh.
feels so
Right? Don't you love
professional.
calling it a show when you're in a tiny closet with people? That's what I love about YouTube. It's like, well, my show. I've been doing the show for...
I know.
Like, I love when YouTubers release press statements, and they're like, "I've been doing the show for 6 seasons," and I like, to us we laugh because we're like, we know what it is.
Yeah,
but
it's
to
in your
people in the
bedroom.
media, they're like, "Oh, okay, 6 seasons, interesting."
Yes.
I started calling Tasty Tuesday a show ironically when it first started, like the show where it's Tuesday, and you know, sometimes it works, and because it definitely doesn't look like a show, and I definitely don't know how to cook, so I just thought it was fun, and now like people actually call it a show to me, and I'm like, oh, it's like
It is a
became
show.
thing. Yeah,
You got it.
it's like, you know, there's an episode.
Definitely. There's definitely episodes.
What's the difference between that and a show?
It's a show the same way that
Production
a guy
quality?
driving to work has like one of those cameras set up so that if he gets in an accident, he can be like, "Yo, that's not my fault."
That's wild to me.
You know what I mean?
That
It's a
pretty
people
good
do
show.
that.
I love that shit. I would. It's always those guys, and by the way, you know, don't take it too personal, but it's always those guys who take themselves so freaking seriously.
Yeah.
Like they act like they're attorneys walking around, and they use all this like high.
The Dwights of the world.
Yeah, right. The high fluent language, like words that nobody knows unless you look it up, and you're like, oh right,
Yeah.
that's the word.
Oh,
like,
right.
Yeah, but these cats, you know, usually they worked some kind of security job, or they wish they did, or they wanted to be a cop or
Like
something.
a badass
Yeah.
CIA person.
Like, hey, I got it all on the dash cam, so whatever you got to say, dude.
cam.
I got it on the dash, so. I love these cats.
So what would you say, Steve?
What
What would you say that you wish you would have learned in school?
Oh, there's so much. I mean, math would have been great.
I think they do teach you that
No,
in school.
they should really teach you
if you
math.
attend all the courses.
I don't believe that.
No.
And I mean, Spanish was a big one for me. I wish I actually learned it. I took it 3 times. I failed it 3 times, by the way.
Okay, well, those are things that they do teach you.
I think they should teach social
Your
studies.
language, your learning capabilities bar.
I think they should teach physical education and not just regular education.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
what I think.
all courses that are available to
And
you.
while I'm on my soapbox,
Uh-huh.
yeah, they should teach language arts. They should.
Okay.
Thank you.
Is that it?
Language arts? Is that,
That
a
was
real
a
one?
class. So you didn't have language arts?
I don't know. What
Yeah,
that
this
is.
cat had language arts.
Language
I thought
arts?
he
East
was
Coasters
making it
had
up.
language arts, all right?
What is that? What
That
do you,
sounds
what do
crazy.
you do in there?
I'll never know.
I mean, I had English.
That's
language
what they call
arts.
it.
Yeah, it is an art.
The art of
That's what they
language?
called it,
That's
It's like
crazy.
Ebonics.
That'd be tight. I would love to learn
That'd be
about
tight.
it.
Too.
That'd be tight, yo.
Tight. Yeah, that's what happens when they don't teach you. Just a bunch of partially white people going, that'd be tight.
It'd
That'd
be
be tight,
really
yo.
great.
Hi, I hope you're enjoying this break. And also, hopefully, you're subscribed to CastBox because although you can listen to our podcast anywhere you get your podcasts, we think CastBox is really cool.
Listen, everywhere else is the Walmart of podcasts, but this is the mom and pop shop. Great people. Go there because there's great people.
Just a great app, a solid app, a 5-star app. Speaking of ratings, if you could just rate and review our podcast, it really helps people find us. We love you for that. I love you. Like,
If
I
you're
will
too
give
cool
you a
to
piece
click-
of my heart.
That's pretty cool. I will say that's really cool, but it really does help.
Please do it. Please
Just
like.
click the
just
thing.
please like us.